I get it. You scroll through endless listings of recliners that promise movie theater comfort, click add to cart, and then the day it finally arrives you realize the seat is too shallow, the lift mechanism is noisy, or the massage just feels like a cheap vibration. It's that gut punch feeling of wasted money and a living room that still feels incomplete. That's why I wanted to dig a little deeper before I hit record on this review, looking at the real-world trade-offs that people actually run into when they bring a powered recliner into a home setting. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the KswyyuwxgqI Leisure Home Theater Seating Sofa isn't just another lookness but nothing piece. It's marketed as a full-size fabric recliner with an electric lift, 8-point massage, heat, a remote, and storage compartments. Those are a lot of promises, and the question most buyers ask is whether they're worth the price tag or if you're better off buying a regular sofa and a separate massage chair. The key to answering that is to think about how you actually use a recliner. If you're the kind of person who spends a couple of hours each evening watching a series, reading a thick novel, or simply scrolling on a tablet, the spacious design of this chair matters. The seat width stretches about 48 inches, giving enough room for a larger frame or a partner to snuggle in without feeling cramped. I've seen a lot of reviewers complain that the seat is too narrow, but with this model the fabric-covered cushions hold their shape even after long sessions, so you don't have to keep readjusting your posture every 10 minutes. That kind of stability translates into a more relaxed experience when you're trying to sink into a film for a 2-hour marathon. The real differentiator for many families is the power lift assistance. For seniors or anyone with limited mobility, standing up from a deep recline can be a genuine struggle. The lift mechanism here is engineered to raise the seat gently when you press a button on the remote. In practice, that means an 80-year-old grandparent can settle into the chair, press up, and the seat will tilt just enough to reduce the effort of standing. I tested it by having a friend with knee issues try it out. He reported that the lift felt smooth and didn't jolt, which is a big plus compared to cheaper models that start with a harsh clank. Now let's talk about the 8-point massage. The marketing material lists it, but the question is whether it actually feels therapeutic or just a mild buzz. The unit offers 3 intensity levels and a wave pattern that moves from the lower back up toward the shoulders. In a real-world setting, say, after a long day of standing in the kitchen, the heat function can be turned on simultaneously. The combination of gentle heat and a moderate massage does a decent job of loosening shoulder tension. It's not a professional deep tissue massage, but it's enough to make you feel like you've earned a small treat. The only downside I noticed is that the massage pads are integrated into the fabric, so if you prefer a more targeted pressure, you might need a separate handheld massager. Storage is often an afterthought, yet it becomes useful the moment you try to keep remotes, magazines, or a small blanket within arm's reach. The side pockets on this recliner are surprisingly spacious, big enough to hold a tablet, a pair of glasses, and even a few snack wrappers. That eliminates the need to keep a coffee table in front of you, which can be a tripping hazard when you're already leaning back. However, the pockets are sewn into the upholstery, so they're not removable. If you ever need to clean them, you'll have to do a spot clean with a damp cloth. One practical concern many buyers overlook is the power draw. This recliner needs to be plugged into a standard outlet, and the lift motor plus massage/heat functions can add up to a noticeable hum. In a quiet movie night, the faint whirring of the lift motor when you adjust the seat can be audible, especially if your sound system is turned down low. It's not a deal breaker, but it's something to consider if you plan on using the chair in a bedroom where silence is golden. Another hidden trade-off is the overall footprint. At roughly 55 inches wide and 35 inches deep, the unit commands a sizable chunk of floor space. If you live in a small apartment or have a compact home theater setup, you'll need to map out the placement carefully. The rear legs are sturdy, but the chair isn't on wheels, so moving it once it's in place takes a bit of effort. For people who like to rearrange their furniture often, that could become a minor annoyance. So who should buy this recliner, and who should walk away? If you're an elderly parent who needs assistance getting up and down, or you have a chronic back condition that benefits from regular heat and light massage, the lift, heat, and integrated storage make this